Salutations, Francophiles or Francophobes, and welcome back to more Easy Red 2 and the Cassino campaign. People seem to like this, I like this, so we're gonna keep doing it, and we are the French! Now, you might be asking, why have I not been playing as the Germans? It is not because I do not like the Germans. The Germans have some fascinating firearms and interesting things to talk about, but it is more because of my Western prerogative to side with the side that actually won. Besides, bullying the French while being the French is equally valid. Damn, that was some nice good bloody flying by that fucking Spitfire. Good work on the bombing run. So yes, more Easy Red 2 in the Cassino campaign. And again, I'm the French, with their khaki 1914 uniforms. And I have got a Châtellerault 2429, which I think I've rabbled about to death on. As I said, I would like to get one of these guns, and I know someone who's selling one, but they're selling it for a hideous overprice. Maybe if I get a nice Christmas bonus, I might buy it. But even so, shut. And you know what? We're gonna play third person for a little bit, because screw it, I never normally play third person. Actually, I love the detailing on the uniform. The fucking webbing and the helmet, the strap. Fascinating that the Châtellerault can phase through walls, but we will ignore that one. The vertical front grip. See, it's very nice. Oh, you've got a 1886 Lebel modified to be a sniper rifle, which I've talked about previously. What I was interested in that I actually looked at was the very rare Forgotten Weapons episode that happened to come up on my timeline. The very rare 7.5 conversions of the Châtellerault 2429. The very rare conversions of the Lebel 1886 into 7.5 French. Very fascinating. And it's again one of those like holy grail guns that'd be like, that would be interesting to own. Probably more realistically to get one of the Berthier conversions. As I said, one day I want to go to a Rock Island auction in America and buy a crap load of fucking French guns and have them shipped back to me. Which you can do, believe it or not, because New Zealand, despite most people thinking it's completely draconian for firearms laws after Comrade Jacinda restricted semi-automatic firearms, it's not impossible. And I have gotten stuff out of Rock Island auction shipped to New Zealand before. Shit. Also interesting, I want to see the yeah, you put the mag on the front. That's interesting. Now, let's have a look at the oh, it does actually have the cartridge ejecting, the casings. See, that's a good sign of a developer or a game that gives a shit. Oh, fuck. That was... I accidentally shot a teammate in the head, and then I fucking died. Well, to be fair, he won't have PTSD anymore. Right. Fucking Leggett mode. Frag. Fucking move. Vive la France. Get in the fucking trench. Right. I don't know if I have a full mag or not, so we're just gonna... Hi, you're a wounded German. Fuck you. Now, the French, I've been told, were actually guilty of some more harsh standards towards the Germans than some Americans and other people. Which partially I can understand, because, you know, your country's been occupied. But also, incidentally, you fucking lost, bro? Like, yeah. Oh, can I please have ammo? Hello? Ammo? Oh. No. There. Thank you, comrade. Look at the uniform and the fucking Thompson. It's an M1A1 because it's got the thing at the back. Again, that's a gun I really want. M1A1 Thompsons. They were quite cheap for a while, but they've gone really expensive again. That's why I haven't bought one. It's like, I've got a 28, and it's like, well, you need an M1. Because if you've got a 28, you need an M1. But simultaneously, it's also like, well, I've got a 28. So I don't need an M1 urgently. Shit. Ooh. Fucking grenades. Thank you. Shit. Oh, smoke. Fucking. Ah! Ah, rock. Save my ass. Right. Okay. Now, tactical reloads, as we all know in real warfare, is dumb, because you're not going to be tactical reloading shit. Fuck, wading across this is probably going to get me killed. I love the strength of that dude fucking just hip firing with his light machine gun there. Right, okay. Do you know something interesting I've really thought about while doing this is how useful fucking smoke grenades are. Like in real life you'd never, like in real life it's an obvious thing, but when you're playing like Call of Duty or Battlefield or some shit, you never think about smoke. But in this and any like realistic thing, holy balls does smoke grenades come in handy. There's an anti-tank gun. And there's German infantry by the wall. German infantry in the lower thing, but there are not German infantry in the upper building. Oh! Shrapnel from the anti-tank gun. Yep. Oh, now this is an interesting thing because I've got a American helmet. And I think I was saying that this is quite interesting because this is a mix of French equipment with American equipment. Because if you look at that canteen on the back there and the ammo pouches, that is clearly American. Also, he's got an American pineapple grenade. The other thing Brain is thinking of is, why the fuck do I not have smoke? Oh, I can rescue my previous life. Right, we're going to carry you behind here. Now, syringe. Now, I actually learnt how to do surgery while ironically playing as the Japanese. Oui, monsieur. While playing as the Japanese on the Shanghai campaign in my own time. So I figured out how it works now. Oh, look at the detailing and shit on the uniform and the webbing and stuff. It's very nice. Oh, it wasn't an anti-tank gun, it was a frickin' 88. No wonder I was getting pounded. 88mm flat gun. And that's an interesting thing of accidental design being somehow really useful for its unintended role. Because it's obviously an anti-aircraft gun. But it was so useful as an anti-tank gun that they just kept using it as an anti-tank gun and then put it on tanks. Ah, behind the rock, please. Right. I was wondering why my rifle wasn't firing, and that's because there was no bullets in it. The fact I've killed 2 people in third person with a bolt-action rifle really makes me chuckle. Oh, thinking of bolt-action rifles, I saw something come up the other day that I'm not going to buy because it's not my cup of tea, but it was quite fascinating. It was a Springfield No. 8 training rifle. It was a 22 caliber bolt-action rifle made to look like a 1903 Springfield. And it's not a repro or a Norinco or something. No, it was an actual Springfield arms rifle for training purposes. And I thought that was a fascinating bit of history. Because I know there's some people that really like collecting training rifles because you can shoot them easily. 22 ammo is dirt cheap. So you can basically just buy it and use it. And it also has that little bit of historical thing because it's like a training rifle. I did have a No. 8 Enfield training rifle, but ironically I sold it to a member of police who actually is one of the ones responsible for signing off my import permits for firearms I buy from overseas. Which is a little bit of an ironic twist in the world. Oh, Eli! Damn it. Holy shit. The officer I've revived is actually still here. Monsieur, you're still alive? Oh shit, we've lost one of the objectives. Right. Ah! I could not see anything under that wall of fire. Right, this is not at all going well. I'm trying to think about this. We don't have any tanks. What could be holding us up? It is machine gun nests, obviously. Lack of smoke, because we've only got shitty frags. Oh, we should be advancing through the trench lines, actually. Alright. Enemy. Get in the fucking trench. Game stuttered for a moment there. It's quite rare of this game to actually stutter like that. I have no idea what the fuck I'm firing at, but this is one of those things of, holy shit, did you see that bullet nearly ricochet off my helmet? Holy crap. So I've got a M1 bazooka, and I've got a 1903 Springfield. Fuck, I must be heavy as shit. Right. Actually, good question. Ah, shit. Crouch down for a minute there. Because what I want to do is see, you guys are kind of in my back blast. I want to blow up that truck. No, get the... Okay, guys. I wanted you to get out my way so I could blow up the truck, and hopefully the shrapnel and the explosion would, you know, cause a bit of thing, but whatever. Nice, got that German off the AT gun. Right, quick, check in the house. No Germans up here, nice. It's freaking a little bit trippy playing it in third person, hope you don't mind. I'm gonna jump back to first person just for a little bit. Because it's so much easier to aim in first person. But it is nice to appreciate the details in third person, it really is. Okay, Germans... right there. We've both got a bolt action rifle, so this is going to be a bit of a crapshoot. Right. So. Right. Got enemy machine gun. Kinda gotten us pinned a little bit here. Alright. Move from cover to cover, lads. Now. As I was saying, M1 bazooka. Now that's an interesting design, I must admit. The M1 and the M1A1. Ironically, I think by the end of the war they were pretty much underpowered as rocket projectile systems. That's why they went to the super bazooka. I did have the chance to get a super bazooka a long time ago, but believe it or not, the reason I hesitated, not because of the cost, because it was quite affordable, was where the fuck was I going to store it? Because, I have to keep shit in a gun safe or a strong room because, you know, that's the allure. Right. I want to see what that grenade does. Damn, that was not bad. And realistically... Good, that's how it should go. Shit, no! Fuck! Support gunner. Yeah, and where the fuck was I going to store a super bazooka in my safe? I would rather have the room to have more rifles than a super bazooka and no other guns. So we've got our French equipment back again, although we still look like we've got an American canteen and an American... No, we've got to have a French belt because we'll have to hold the 24-29 mags. Fucking smoke. God, I wish I had more smoke grenades. shit. Alright, just get to this bloody house. We can work it out from there. Okay. Crouch down. Now. We are a Frenchman. We are a lonely Frenchman. Right. Oh, shit. Okay. Just as an aside, I'm gonna switch back to first person because I've noticed the game stuttering a little bit in third person. I've got a good flanking position here. The fact that they even there's physics on the forward dust cover. Oh, this is a... I've never fired one of these in real life, obviously, but and I know this is about 22 pounds, it's like 9 kilo or something, so it's a fucking heavy gun. But if it's this nice to control, then I can understand why this thing was actually used for as long as it was by the French. Because this thing just chugs. It's not like an MG42 that just rips through rounds, or a BAR, which... Although actually, it's closer to a BAR than anything else, because the French fucking stole the idea for the BAR from the... for this gun. I think I've talked about it before, the... Oh, shit. There's a fucking Panzer there. Oh, the fact I could just fucking fire sweet controlled bursts. Right, we're gonna hide in this fucking dam for a minute. Whew, recoup. That is such a nice looking fucking gun. Right. Okay, we're gonna creep out through Orchard? Grapevine. Shit. I don't think the enemy know I'm exactly here, but they are really determined to just spray through this fucking vineyard. That's the word I was looking for. Get me. Yeah, vineyard. Grapes. Look at the beautiful PS2 grapes. Let's be honest, I don't give a shit. As something I've honestly come to the conclusion of in my gaming experience, I've stopped giving any semblance of a fuck about graphics unless they're hideously awful, because modern graphics are just compromise everything. It's just dumb. I kind of want to play as the Spitfire, but we're not going to get anywhere unless we... Right. Oh, 28A1 Thompson, which is the type I have with a simplified sight. Not bad. Oh, it's got, yeah, that's interesting. If I'm looking at it correctly, it has a side sling. Now that is non-standard. It definitely happened. I have seen real ones with that side sling. A lot of the Soviet Lend-Lease ones, believe it or not, ended up with that side sling. But that's not an official thing. That was something soldiers did themselves. Now, it's interesting again. I may have talked about this before. I'm pretty sure I have. Let me know if I've rambled about this shit before. But, fuck you, sniper. But the Lend-Lease Thompsons. Now, there's a famous story. There's quite a few Thompsons in New Zealand in the collector's market. Like, there's quite a few. Like, I know someone with, like, 10, to give you an example. He wanted one of every type. You know, good on him. Fuck, you know, can't blame him. But as I was saying, there's a story. Now, apparently, when the fall of the Soviet Union happened, there was this English arms dealer. And he went into Russia with a briefcase load of cash, and he went up to Murmansk, and he asked around the local army base, and he eventually, by waving around enough money, got in charge of someone in charge of a supply dump. And he basically said to the guy, hey, I've heard story that you have a bunch of World War II shit left over here. You've got a bunch of stuff in the warehouses. And the guy said, well, yeah. And he went, have you got any Thompsons? And the guy went, yeah. And he went, okay, can I buy them? And of course, the fall of the Soviet Union had happened, and no one had been paid, and shit was all going downhill. And the guy was like, okay, how many do you want? And he went, how many have you got? And took him into the warehouse. And apparently there was fucking 100 crates of fucking Thompsons, all Lend-Lease Thompsons, unopened in the grease. And the guy was like, how many am I allowed? And he's like, I don't know, how much money you got? So the guy bought a truck. He fucking bought a truck off the Soviet army guys and basically went, can I buy a truck off you? So he bought a truck and filled it up with as many Thompsons as it could carry. Oh, quickly end the story. As he could carry, drove it out of Russia, and then distributed them around the world. And that's where the majority of the Soviet Lend-Lease Thompsons came from this one dude, which is pretty cool.